Hello and welcome to the channel. Many people have seen the Fallout TV series now and are going back to try out the games in the Fallout series. I'll be doing a beginner's walkthrough and guide for Fallout 4 for those of you who are new to the game, and as a bonus I will be playing as a character based on Lucy from the series. If you enjoy this video, please consider giving a thumbs up like or subscribe to the channel. That way you can be updated as newer videos in the series are released. So, here is our start screen for the game. I'll go ahead and go over some of these options. There are the add-on screen, which these are the various DLCs. As you can see, I have all of them loaded. If you buy the Game of the Year version, you should get all of these for free. I like them all. I recommend them all. But if you're on just a super tight budget and can only afford a little bit, Far Harbor is a lot of content, and Nuka World gives you the opportunity to either be a hero or a villain in the wasteland. So if you can only get two, those are the two I would recommend. But again, I've got all of them and would recommend you do that as well. And like I said, they all come free with the Game of the Year edition anyways. Next comes the Creation Club. And what these are mods certified through Bethesda, so the people that make the actual mods do get a percentage of the price of each mod. Now, I haven't bought any, but they are occasionally some for free. I can kind of show you some that I have. So this was free. The suit customization was free, which is a fun one because that way we can turn Lucy's vault suit into a vault 32 or 33 or 31, whichever vault we want to give her credit for, but we'll go with 33. As you can see, there are others that I have not purchased. Again, I have not converted any of my hard-earned cash into any of this. If it's free, then it's me. So some of the things that you'll see as I play, like this weapons mod pack, things I'll be able to do are because I have downloaded some of the free Creation Club mods. So it's up to you if that's something after you play the game, if you'd like to make some changes to the way the game looks or various items in the game, say go ahead. Then next are mods, which these are just mods that people have created. You can download all of these for free. They're not really vetted or tested so much. Some interfere with others. If you were to filter to featured all time, as you can see, the unofficial forum patch is probably the most downloaded. I am not advocating for any of these. You don't have to go through this menu. You can also just search online. There are some pretty good mods that will load the specific characters from the game. I'll just be doing the best I can with the in-game vanilla creator. So next is settings. I'm going to recommend that you start off normal. If this is your first time to play the game, I would play it on the normal setting. If after a while it becomes too easy and you want more of a challenge, you can always move it up to very hard, or my personal favorite, survival mode. Now some people don't like survival mode because fast travel is disabled and saves are only limited to sleeping in beds, so no quick saves. But it does mean that you have greater health concerns, like you have food, drink, disease, all kind of things to keep up with. So once you've really got the hang of Fallout 4, if you want a fun new way to play, I would suggest the survival mode. But for now, we'll just go with the normal. So you can see I have pretty much everything turned on there. Audio, I do have the music turned all the way off, so we won't have in-game music. And then I will have to careful with the radios. Hopefully I don't pick up any copyright issues with any of the radios that play any of the music. I think one of the great things that people enjoy from the TV series is all of the songs kind of featured. They all have that 30s, 40s, 50s kind of soundtrack to them, and you'll hear a lot of those in-game as well. So let's start a new game. And we will start with this cutscene. I'll go ahead and let that play out. There is the option to skip this if you would like. I think if you hit any of the buttons, as you can see, there is the option to skip. But since you're brand new to the game, I'm going to go ahead and play this out. Gives you a little background on the main character.
War never changes. In the year 1945, my great-great-grandfather, serving in the army, wondered when he'd get to go home to his wife and the son he'd never seen. He got his wish when the U.S. ended World War II by dropping atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The world awaited Armageddon. Instead, something miraculous happened. We began to use atomic energy not as a weapon, but as a nearly limitless source of power. People enjoyed luxuries once thought the realm of science fiction. Domestic robots, fusion-powered cars, portable computers. But then, in the 21st century, people awoke from the American dream. Years of consumption led to shortages of every major resource. The entire world unraveled. Peace became a distant memory. It is now the year 2077. We stand on the brink of total war. And I am afraid. For myself, for my wife, for my infant son. Because if my time in the army taught me one thing, it's that war never changes. War
You're gonna
never
knock him
changes.
dead at the Veterans Hall tonight, hun.
You think?
Absolutely. Now get ready and stop hogging the mirror.
Right.
That's kind of the catchphrase for the Fallout series, war never changes. And we start off with our two main characters. In the vanilla game, we have Nate and Nora. Nate, a war veteran and new father, with Nora as his lawyer wife, with their newborn son, Sean. But we're not playing Nate and Nora. We're going to play as Lucy. So obviously, we want to kind of make her man Monty. Let's see if Monty has settled down any. Let's see if we can give him kind of a Monty look. So you see I've just kind of hovered over his hair, and I'm going to press Style. And we'll give him the alpha male.
Wait, did you get a haircut yesterday?
And change the color. In the show, he kind of had a dirty blondish look. I think the dirty blonde option here is a little too blonde for how he looked in the game, so I'm just going to pick this light brown option.
This new haircut's really working for me.
But he's not our main protagonist. We want to create a Lucy, so let's go ahead. You can hit this X button here to change sex, and
Hey,
they'll swap
my
places.
turn, big guy.
Now, the big thing with her, of course, is the hair. Now, unfortunately, in the vanilla, we don't get that great messy ponytail that she likes to wear. This is really the only ponytail option, this young at heart. So if you do want the ponytail looking Lucy, you're going to have to pick this young at heart option. Your other one could be this crazy morning. So at least you get her kind of messy hair, but at least parted down the middle. Doesn't go all the way down to her shoulders like it does in the episode. So it's kind of up to you. If the part down the middle is important to you, along with some not necessarily bangs, then Crazy Morning might be a good pick for you. But I'm going to go with the Young and Heart so we can stick with the ponytail look.
New hairstyle? I love it.
And then I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time, but let's just go through the basic things that are most important. If we pick face and then hover over the eyes, I think we know that that's one of her major things about her is those great big eyes of hers. And we could, for the type, I would say
I think
she's
Sean
probably
has my
got,
eyes.
I'm going to pick the wide 5. Now, let's see, another prominent feature she has are, of course, her lips. So for the type there,
You have such a cute chin.
she kind of has, oh,
I still got it.
I'm going to go with the long pout 3. She's kind of got those pouty lips. Then next you have the eyebrows. I'm going to go
So
for averaged arched. Now she has, I would say, a more rounder face than what they give you. So for chin, let's see if we can move that chin up a bit. There we go, to give her more of a rounded look.
That looks nice.
And kind of maybe see if we can't do something about her cheekbones. Maybe raise those cheekbones a bit.
Sweetie, you look as beautiful as the day we met.
And as far as her forehead, I'm going to widen it a bit to kind of give her, again, a more of a rounded face. You could spend hours and hours and hours doing this sculpting. I'm no artist at all. I'm going to go ahead and just go with this.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Although I am going to, I wish they would let you adjust her height. I think she's a bit tall and thin for the Lucy character. As you can see, these would be the options there. I think she's got a little bit of meat on her bones. I wish we could make her a little shorter. So I'm going to go with that body style. See how she looks in her vault suit. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and confirm this Lucy character that we've made, or I've loosely made. And now we kind of move into the first person. And we'll kind of, as you can see, here we are in the bathroom. We have a laundry room in their house. Bedroom. Closet. Nursery.
Good
Kitchen.
morning, Mum. Your coffee. 173.5 degree Fahrenheit. Brewed to perfection. And today's newspaper just delivered.
Thanks, Codsworth.
Enjoy your coffee, Mum.
So we see here on the counter, we have a Grognak.
Grognak the Barbarian and the Jungle of the Bat Babies.
Can drink our coffee.
Oh, sounds like someone made a stinky. unsure.
I know we were nervous at first, but I'm glad we got Codsworth.
Well, thanks, Monty. You see the little news story here? Parked out front. You see a Vault Tech van.
Also appear our troops stationed overseas are experiencing some unusual weather as well. On the island of Mamba Jao, the nights are cold, unseasonably so for Southeast Asia. But for the 5th Infantry, that's as comfortable as an autumn jamboree. All the easier for our mechanized Hellcats to drive any screaming commune.
It's that salesman again.
So they
Keeps
don't
bothering
know if you heard, but there's a ring at the doorbell, and we have the infamous Vault Tech salesman.
Good morning. Vault-Tech calling.
Why, good morning, Lucy would say.
Good morning.
Isn't it? Just look at that sky out there. You can't begin to know how happy I am to finally speak with you. I've been trying for days. It's a matter of utmost urgency, I assure you.
Then I'm glad I opened the door.
Oh, me too. You have no idea. Now I know you're a busy woman, so I won't take up much of your time. Time being, a precious commodity. I'm here today to tell you that because of your family service to our country, you have been pre-selected for entrance into the local vault. Vault 111.
So as you can see, you kind of have 4 answer options all the time. I've been picking the most nice Lucy responses, which are generally going to be his way. Then you kind of have a sarcastic, mean response, and then kind of a neutral response.
Not going to take too much of your time.
No, that sounds great.
Sounds great.
Oh, it is. Believe you me. Now, you're already cleared for entrance in the unforeseen event of total atomic annihilation. I just need to verify some information. That's all.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Sure. Let's do it.
Splendid. Splendid. Now, let's see.
Now we know that her name will be Lucy. So that's easy enough. Now, you see we have these various attributes here: strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. And if you take the first letter of all of these, it spells special. So that's kind of known as your special stats. So let's figure out what's going to make Lucy special. Now, as we can see, strength is a measure of raw physical power and affects how much you can carry and the damage of melee attacks. Perception is environmental awareness, and it affects weapon accuracy and VATS. Endurance is your overall physical fitness and affects your action point drain from sprinting. Charisma is obviously how much people like you and will determine how often your persuasion checks and dialogue pass, as well as prices you get when you barter. Intelligence, just raw overall mental acuity, and it affects your experience points and how many experience points are earned for each task. Agility, overall finesse and reflexes, also affects the number of action points you get in VAT and your ability to sneak. And then finally, luck, just a measure of good old general good fortune. Also affects the recharge rate of critical hits. Now, if you're wondering what Lucy's stats might be, a game came out recently called Fallout Shelter, and Lucy is a character who visits you in the shelter, and she has stats. So her stats in that game are a strength of 4, a perception of 7, an endurance of 6, a charisma of 5, an intelligence of 6, an agility of 5, and they give her a luck of 7, making her lucky 7, a pretty lucky person. Unfortunately, we do not at the outset of the game have enough points available to create those stats. Now that doesn't mean that we can't get there, and in the next video I will show you kind of a hack or a cheat to where you can start playing the game at that level. But for now, let's work with what we have. Now, another way to look at this is you could put 4 points in every single perk or statistic here, or skill. These are, and that would be, I would say, the average. So if you were to average them all, that's what you would be. Well, I would say Lucy is a little bit below the average strength. We can see that she does not rely on strength, even though she is in the pipe fitters group there in the vault. She reveals that. She also has somewhat of an inner strength. So physically, when it comes to physical strength, you might give her a 2, but due to all her pluck, we'll go ahead and give her a 3 because of her mental strength. Now, perception, I'm going to leave at 4. She's only been around people who are actually in the vault. So when it comes to dealing with people outside the vault, the perception of events going on are very different and often confusing to her. So we'll go ahead and leave that as fairly average. Now, endurance, I'm going to move all the way down to 1. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because she's been living this safe, comfortable life in the vault. 3 meals a day, no disease, no rads, so no radiation effects, clean water. She's really led a pretty sheltered life and has not had to endure too much adversity. So, not saying that this won't increase as we play the game, but I think that this is a good starting stat. Charisma, I think we can also agree that she's just a tad bit more than average. That go-getter personality of hers is really attractive to, I think, people. People just generally like her. Luck, I'm going to tamp that down a bit because I would not say she starts the game terribly lucky. If you look at what happens to her in the vault as far as marrying a raider, so I would say her wedding turns out to be pretty unlucky. Her dad gets kidnapped. That's pretty unlucky. There's a new overseer, and then they find out that they're going to have to repopulate Vault 32, so nobody's really interested in helping her look for her dad. So I would say as the game starts, she does turn out fairly unlucky. But we can also all agree she has way above intelligence, that not only is she a school teacher, but she will say while she has a lot of brains, not quite. The gift is her dad or brother, but still pretty good. And then agility, we see that she does a lot of hand-to-hand combat. She was on the martial arts team. She does gymnastics. So I would say that she has an more than above average agility. So these are the stats that we're going to start with as we leave the vault. Again, as we level up and increase our experience, when we level, we will have a choice to add to these to increase them. So I think this is an accurate representation of Lucy as she would leave the vault. So I'm going to go ahead and accept that.
Wonderful. That's everything. Just gonna walk this over to the vault. Congratulations on being prepared for the future.
Thanks again.
Hey, it's peace of mind. That's worth a little paperwork, right?
For you and Sean, no price is too high.
Good answer.
I have my moments.
Miss Lucy, Sean has been changed, but he absolutely refuses to calm down. I think he needs some of that maternal affection you seem to be so good at.
Go ahead, honey.
So we now
I'll be there
see
in a
that
second,
Cogsworth
okay?
will actually call us by our name.
Codsworth?
Miss Lucy, if I may, Sean requires your personal attention. A little motherly love to quiet the nerves.
There are some 1,000 names that he will repeat. So if that's something you're interested in playing, you can always search that online.
Oh, how'd you get on the floor, Mr. Bear? Wonder what Sean will grow up to be.
My boy isn't giving his mother any trouble, is he? Hey, I fixed that mobile on his crib the other day. Why don't you give it a spin?
Well, thanks, Monty.
That's my boy, on his best behavior, just like his dad. Well, most of the time, anyway. Listen, after breakfast, I was thinking we could head to the park for a bit. Weather should hold up.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Sir, Mum, you should come and see this.
Codsworth, what's wrong?
Followed by flashes, blinding flashes. Sounds of explosions. We're trying to get confirmation. We seem to have lost contact with
What
our
did he
affiliate
say?
stations.
Oh no.
We do have coming in. That's confirmed reports. I repeat, confirmed reports of nuclear detonations in New York and Pennsylvania. God.
Oh my God.
We need to get to the vault. Now!
I've got Sean. Let's go.
All right.
Residents of Sanctuary Hills,
Let's see our...
if you are registered, evacuate to Vault 111 immediately.
Hold on, little guy. Hold on.
Leave the bags! Who cares?
Just help me pack it up. God, I can't leave.
Residents of Sanctuary Hills, if you are registered.
So we see several of our neighbors will sprint along the path here to the vault.
Absurd.
Luckily, we just signed up.
You don't
I'm
get
going
in.
in. You can't stop me.
We're gonna die out here!
Okay. I'm reporting this. We're gonna die.
If you're
They're coming, who cares?
We need to get in. We're on the list.
Infant, adult male, adult female. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
All right.
Good
you
luck,
two,
sir.
follow me.
And
Come
God
on.
help
What's going to
us
happen
all.
to all those people
We're
outside the
doing
gate?
everything we can. Now keep moving.
So we just follow their directions.
Step on the platform in the center.
See some of our other neighbors here.
Almost there. Is Sean okay?
He's fine. We're going to be okay. I love you.
Oh my God!
Hold on!
This thing move faster. Oh God.
We did it. We made it.
So we see some of our relatives here.
Everyone, please
The
step off the
Whitfields,
elevator and
Mr.
proceed up the
Russell,
stairs in an orderly
Mr.
fashion.
Abel.
Don't worry, folks. We'll get everyone
Mrs.
situated
Abel,
in
so
your new
Mr. and Miss
home.
Abel,
Vault
Mr. and Miss
111.
Whitfield,
A better future
and Mr. Russell.
underground.
So we
Yes,
can see
on the
that some of our
stairs.
other neighbors have made it into the vault. Well, that's great.
No, don't get caught up thinking about that. You're safe now. Everyone, just head up these stairs and through the door there. Just this way, please.
Vault Tech is here for you. All new residents.
And for those of you who've watched the show, this should look fairly familiar.
Step over to the table, take a suit. Just step over to the table.
And we just
Pick up a suit right over there.
You'll need your suits before we can take you further.
Well, Mr. Russell's in my way here. Mr. Russell?
Thanks. What now?
Just follow the doctor here. He'll show you where to go.
All right, you three. Follow me.
See? This is our new home.
It's down the hallway right there.
Oh, you're gonna
Here
love
you
it
are.
here.
Head down
This
the
is
hall.
one of our most advanced facilities. Not that the others aren't great, mind you.
Our home. Everything we had.
My mother and father down in D.C. Oh, God, honey. What if they didn't make it?
I know this is a difficult time, but Vault Tech will be with you every step of the way.
Excuse me.
You'll thrive
Lost
here.
everything. Oh, God.
Please.
Well, luckily, we made it into the
How
vault.
long do you think we'll be down here?
Oh, we'll be going over all that in orientation. Just a few medical items we have to get through first.
It's a good fit, don't you think?
Just checking everyone off the list as they come in.
as well as comfortable.
Prepared for the future, right?
Such a
Is
lovely
Mr. Callahan there?
I hope you'll see this as your new home.
Mrs. Callahan? Mr. and Miss Callahan there? Hey, Mr. Russell, you're supposed to have a vault suit on. Shouldn't be breaking the rules.
Just step in here and put your vault suit on.
Okay.
It'll be okay. Mommy's right here. See? Honey? Could you help me?
So we'll go ahead and put on our vault suit and step into the pod.
The pod will decontaminate and depressurize you before we head deeper in the vault. Just
Time for a whole new life.
Resident secure. Occupant vitals normal. Procedure complete. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis suspended.
Cryogenic stasis? You mean we've been frozen this whole time?
This is the one. Here.
Open it.
Is it over?
Almost. Everything's going to be fine.
Come here.
No.
Come here.
No. I got let the boy go. I'm only going to tell you once. I'm not giving you short! God damn it. Get the kid out of here and let's go. At least we still have the backup.
The backup? Reinitiating? Oh no! Critical failure.
Must vacate immediately.
And we start the out of time quest.
Come on. There has to be a release.
Biogenic array.
Come on, come on, come on.
Must vacate.
Oh, God.
Oh, Monty.
I'll find who did this. And I'll get Sean back. I promise.
What's going on?
Oh, God. Why would Vault-Tec do this? I can't be the only one left. Hello? Anyone? God.
Malfunction in cryopod manual release override.
Premature termination resulted in the system failure. So somehow the controls to exit were disabled. Life support's now offline. Premature termination resulted in system failure. Oh no, the Callahans deceased. The Abels? Somehow our remote override was engaged. Must have been when they came to open the pods. And looks like Mr. Russell found his way into the pod after all. Well, that's terrible. All our neighbors. So Vault-Tec froze us. What's going on?
Critical failure in cryogenic. All residents must vacate immediately.
What's going on?
All residents must vacate immediately. Malfunction in emergency exit door override. Please contact your Vault-Tec maintenance representative for service.
All right. And here we find some things that we can take, some tools. I'm going to pick up those tools. They're going to be handy later, I'm sure. See, we can go this way. What's going on down here? My goodness, what is that? It's a giant roach. Okay, we found a security baton. Let's see what other useful things we can find. A bobby pin and a flip lighter. Coffee cup. A stim pack. We'll sure need that. In the desk, we get Wonder Glue and a pencil. There's another coffee cup. Battered clipboard, a cigarette. What's this terminal? The security terminal. So it wasn't about life down in the vault after all. It was just an experiment on suspended animation of unaware human subjects. Vault-Tec lied to us. Dispose of any detainees. So they weren't going to open these pods until 80% of the population had perished or worse. So it looks like the overseer had quite a bit to do. Well, what about that? So they were even going to run this remotely even without any personnel. Extermination is everyone's job. I think that's going to be our job pretty soon. There's another baton that we can take. Oh.
Giant roaches? What the hell?
Well, we can harvest the meat. I want to also point out here's a water fountain that we can drink from. Now, if you are playing on survival mode, I would encourage you to pick up each and every empty bottle that you can find. You can take those empty bottles and refill them at the fountain. In survival mode, you'll need to keep up with food and drink, and that way you'll leave the vault with some clean water. Here at this terminal is the recreational terminal. Seems to be glitching. So Rick seems to be the number one scorer here. And we can play this game, Red Menace. I'm going to go ahead and eject it and exit the terminal. In here, these are just empty bottles. Nothing in the refrigerator. But we do want this hot plate. It's valuable, as well as this toaster. And also, we have this little office over here. Somebody's turned over the bed. Some kind of ruckus. Uh-oh, rad roaches. Oh, look like that one got zapped for us. Have a couple over here. See if we can get one of them to come this way so that we only have to do one. Oh well.
What happened here? Where is everyone?
Looks like the rad roaches have been nibbling on this vault dweller. Clipboard, you're going to find that clipboards are important loot. And if we time this just correctly, we can get an extra rad roach carcass out of this. There we go. We see we can use the power attack. Let's go ahead and harvest these. That red roach meat will come in handy later. And here we have another water fountain where we can, as you can see, topped off our hit points back to 100%. Here we have office, where we see a scientist. Grab these stim packs.
Is this all that's left?
All right. Get these eyeglasses. Here's the Overseer's Terminal. We'll come back to that in a minute. Let's go ahead and explore first. This must be the Overseer's room, this single bed here. Get some more ammo, that's good. And 7 bobby pins. That is fantastic. That's going to help us out quite a bit. We use bobby pins for picking locks. So nothing in this dresser, nothing in this dresser. And in here, some more ammo. Another 10mm pistol. And then this is locked behind a master lock. This cryolator case. So there's a cryolator weapon in there. You can see some bullet holes on the wall. So obviously some exchange of gunfire going on in here. Before we go back to the terminal, over here, I believe that's a guaranteed bobby pin in there. So if we hadn't found any, we at least get that one, which is fantastic. So now that we've thoroughly explored and looted everything there is in here, let's go ahead and check out this terminal. The staff is also considered expendable, along with all of the test subjects. The cryolator pods are the preferred method for cadaver disposal. All right, we've already read all of those on other terminals. You can read about the cryolator. And we have the Overseer's log. So almost everybody, all but a few of the residents of Sanctuary Hills have been enrolled. Several from Concord as well. The notion of leaping forward in time. I almost wish I could join them and see the promise of a future realized. Then as we see on the 23rd of October, the bombs dropped. Even the family that waited till the last minute, I assume that was us. So as we see, the actual staff and residents of the vault, the working staff, are getting a little bit restless and ready to leave the vault. But our overseer cannot open until she gets the all clear, or he gets the all clear. So we've now opened the tunnel. You can see that there are R for reload. So Lucy's getting pretty good with this gun. Oh, 3 more. So marksmanship skills starting to get a little better here. Probably would have been a good opportunity to use the VATS system. I'll see if I can't. There's one around the corner. So as you can see, you can aim various body parts and you can add the number of actions. So I'm going to use all our VATS AP points on this one target. And you can see the AP meter now needs to regenerate. Oh. Yeah, getting more deadly by the minute.
Is anyone alive? Did anyone get out?
Oh, here's the door we weren't able to get through before. Remember when we first came through? I'm going to go ahead and take one of these utility jumpsuits, some more ammo, be careful, there is one more rad roach over here. Get out of that screen. Reload. And here we're going to find the most important thing of all, The Pip-Boy. So let's see what this Pip-Boy can do for us. So you can see we have our status. Our inventory can cycle through weapons. We have, and you can see with the little heart that they're favorited. There's our apparel, so we can put on these eyeglasses, give us a +1 perception. Now that doesn't raise our perception special, it just gives us a +1 bonus. And we currently are wearing this 111 Vault jumpsuit, which gives us, if you see the number 5 next to the little lightning bolt, that's 5 energy resistance, and then there is 10 radiation existence. And at the bottom right corner, you can see where next to the helmet that those are our total stats. You can see at the bottom left-hand corner next to the dumbbell that we are now carrying 29 pounds of our 230-pound capacity. And next to that is the cap. That's caps are money, so right now we have 0 money. But then there's also this utility jumpsuit. Now it does the same 5 energy damage and 10 radiation damage, but it gives a +1 to intelligence, +1 to perception. So let's equip that. And we can see we're still wearing our wedding ring, which doesn't weigh anything. Aid, we've got the rad roach meat and some stim packs. Got our bobby pins and the red menace game. Junk, we have this is all of the junk that we have picked up. Now I want you to notice that there are some components that are much more important than others. So adjustable wrenches, they have gears. These clipboards have springs. The flip lighter has springs and oil. Hot plate has circuitry and screws and copper, so hot plates, something we're going to want. The pre-war money is just cloth. You can see cigarettes have asbestos. They also have a pretty high value for not weighing very much. The toaster, we get some springs out of that. Wonder glue, adhesive. You're going to find that adhesive is important. And you can actually go, if you see at the bottom this component view, so you can tag this for search. I don't know if you see the Q bottom. We're going to want to tag things that have adhesive, circuitry, gears, screws, and springs. Those are going to be the components. Nuclear material being the other. We haven't found any yet, but so that's why we're going to pick up all of this junk. It's really about the components. Mods, don't currently have any carrying any mods. Ammo, you can see we've got 99 rounds of 10 mil. Then under data, you have quests. We're currently on the out of time quest, so that is what will be featured with the waypoints. Workshops don't have any yet. Stats, and that's just gameplay things. So like combat, we've currently killed 13 creatures. Haven't done any crafting or any crimes yet, but give us some time. It's a picture of the map. This is where we're at right here, Vault 111. The radio. There's nothing yet because we're still here in the vault. Now you can see our perception is up because of the glasses that we're wearing, and our intelligence is up because of the utility vault suit. So, again, not permanent, but plus bonuses. You also see how far we are along our level. As far as where we're at on hit points, 68 of 85. So, and then we currently don't have any perks. So, I'm going to go ahead and, oh, not that, get out of the Pit Boy. And before we exit the vault, which is what we'll do, go through there. Let's see. You can press F now that we have Pit Boy. And you get your favorites. You can see that right now we have the pistol at 4, the baton at 3. We have Stimpak set favorites at 0. So what I want to do is go back to one of the water fountains. Which I think is, sorry. There we go. Back to the water fountain. Top off, back to 100% health. We'll take our Pit Boy, activate the vault controls just like in the TV series.
Vault door cycling sequence initiated. Please stand back.
And this was the elevator that we rode up on. And if there's anything you don't like about the game so far, this is your last opportunity to change it. You can change your name, you can change your specials, you can change your appearance. What I would do is go ahead and do a save here. Before you get to this, in case you want to go back to the beginning, I believe it does create a hard save for you, but you want to get to that one spot, and we exit the vault. So you can see there'll be various radio signals that we can listen to. We'll do that in a little bit. As well as some other quests that begin. Alright, but we'll continue this quest. Go home. As we can see, the town of Sanctuary is there below us. But I would encourage you to explore around the vault here. There's some crates with some valuable contents. Leave those empty bottles, but there's a Nuka-Cola, full Nuka-Cola. you can actually go back to the vault. So if you want to go back in the vault, this is what you do. Just like at the beginning trailer, you just press the button and ride back down into the vault if that's something you want to do. So like I said, there's these crates we've already looted. Then there's also this other little trailer here with some goodies. Definitely want that fan. Some cram, that's some food you can eat or sell. There's a bottle cap. So we get our first cap, some more ammo, which is going to come in handy. And we can retrace our steps back down towards our home sanctuary. We can kind of see the fate of some of the people who could not get in the vault. We can lift, we can sprint if we want. I'm not going to. I'm going to point out though, as we pass, you'll see these blue flowers, hub flowers. You should harvest these. These are important ingredients for various crafting. But here we go. We'll just follow the bridge along. And here we are in Sanctuary. Going to point out something just real quick to your left. On this car, you'll find the suitcase. A lot of times there'll be some good items in here. You can get bobby pins, or you can usually get some kind of charisma boosting clothing. But you can see the devastation that has become the town of Sanctuary. But we're going to go back to our house. There's our house. And outside is our trusty robot Cogsworth.
As I live and breathe. Oh, it's really you.
Codsworth, you're still here. So other people could still be alive too.
Well, of course I'm still here. Surely you don't think a little radiation could deter the pride of General Atomics International? But you seem the worse for wear. Best not let the hubby see you in that state, huh? Where is Sir, by the way?
They killed him.
Oh, Mum, these things you're saying, these terrible things, I believe you need a distraction. Yes, a distraction to calm this dire mood. It's been ages since we've had a proper family activity. Checkers, or perhaps charades. Oh, Sean does so love that game. Is the lad with you?
Sean's been kidnapped. But I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna get my baby back.
It's worse than I thought. You're suffering from hunger-induced paranoia. Not eating properly for 200 years will do that, I'm afraid.
Doesn't matter how long it's been. I feel fine.
A bit over 210, actually, Mum. Give or take a little for the Earth's rotation and some minor dings to the old chronometer. That means you're 2 centuries late for dinner. Perhaps I can whip you up a snack. You must be famished.
Now we see, this is one of the features of the game, you see that this option is highlighted in yellow. That means that's your opportunity to pass a speech check. As you can see in the upper left-hand corner, yellow is easy, orange is medium, and red is hard. This is a guaranteed pass right here, but it's based on your charisma skill. So let's go ahead and...
Codsworth, you're acting a little weird. What's wrong?
We get some XP for passing that.
Mum, it's been just horrible. 2 centuries with no one to talk to, no one to serve. I spent the first 10 years trying to keep the floors waxed, but nothing gets out nuclear fallout from vinyl wood. nothing. Don't get me started about the futility of dusting a collapsed house. And the car. The car. How do you polish rust?
Stay with me, pal. Focus.
I'm afraid I don't know anything, Mum. The bombs came and all of you left in such a hurry. I thought for certain you and your family were dead. I did find this holotape. I believed Sir was going to present it to you as a surprise. But then, well, everything happened.
Oh. Why, thanks, Monty.
Thank you, Codsworth.
You're welcome. Now, enough feeling sorry for myself. Shall we search the neighborhood together? Sir and young Sean may turn up yet.
All right. Lead the way.
Proud to serve, Mum.
Now, what we're going to do is get our trusty revolver ready. And this house right here that has the skeleton in the window is the first one he's going to... Now, he'll clear all these out for us if we let him. Oops, sorry, Cogsworth.
Ah, well, I suppose there's plenty more where that came from. Nothing here but a few flies.
It would have been better if we could have jumped ahead of him and got that XP.
In another house.
Movement in another house. Okay, so it's going to be this house right here. This time maybe we can outrun him a bit. See if we can't get the XP for ourselves. There's some bugs flying around in here.
Let's make this quick, shall we? This should be fun. Bug it off.
Hey, Codsworth.
Miss Lucy? Miss Lucy? Your family isn't here either. They're really gone, aren't they?
So again, that's up to you now that you've seen how it plays. If you can outrun Cogsworth and get the experience for killing the flies yourself, that's a good idea.
Thanks for trying, Codsworth.
You can't give up, Mum. What about the city? Concord is nearby, and, well, the people there have only shot at me a few times.
Thanks for your help, Codsworth.
Good luck, Mum. You'll find young Sean. I know you will. I shall remain here and secure the home front.
Now, they're saying to go ahead and go to Concord, but before we do, here, put up our pistol for a second. So here's our house, and across the street we see the house that belonged to, if you look at the mailbox, the Rosas. And at their house, you're going to find the all-important workbenches. So first, we've got to find the workshop, and that will activate the workbenches. So, if we walk in here to the Rosa's house, we can see it is just an absolute mess. So, let's start cleaning up. We can start scrapping. And as we scrap, you can see all of the components that we're going to get. Now, all of these components are getting transferred directly to the workshop and are accessible at the workstations. Oh, sorry, scrap. Now this house is starting to look like a little bit more like a home. Really starting to get the hang of this scrapping. I'm going to leave that so we have some light. Now, I'm going to show you something else really quick. Let's go ahead and get out of the workshop. So we see there's nothing in this mirror. But we see there is a white Vault t-shirt in this suitcase. Now, if we go into the scrap and we scrap this, you'll notice in the top left corner, once we do, it's going to say contents transferred to workbench. So if there's something in here, so that white t-shirt just got transferred to the workbench. So you can just scrap at will and not worry so much about if there's anything. Any content will be. Now this scrapping can only be done in settlements. Oh. So you can see we're getting lots of great building materials and components by going through and scrapping this whole building. So this is going to kind of be our new home base. Now we want to be very careful as we come out not to scrap any of the workstations, as we won't be able to rebuild them. Oh, we do not want to escape. I did want to get that battery. There we go. And the tool right there, I'm just gonna, let me see if I can, yeah, I'm gonna just store that. So instead of scrapping it, I'm just gonna store it. I wanted to show you that there you also have that option. So what a messy place. There's just debris everywhere. Yes, Lucy would definitely not be a fan of all of this clutter. Now also over here on the side, I want to point out, we have an armor workbench. And then we have these cinder blocks. I definitely want to scrap these cinder blocks for the concrete, but we want to pick up. We can pick up this workbench. So I like to have all of my workbenches nice and organized. So let's put it over here up against this wall. There. We also have a power armor station here. So we have our armor workbench, weapon workbench. Also want to show you a really neat feature. Here next door, we can also scrap entire houses. See how this whole house So let's do a little more exploring. You can check inside mailboxes. Sometimes there are things inside mailboxes. Not here. Here's our old house. Cogsworth waiting outside. Some things you're going to want to grab here. We get our old Grognard magazine. You can read this. So there are various magazines that we can read. And as we read them, they'll add permanent boosts to various skills. Like this one, you can see that critical hits with unarmed and melee attacks permanently do 5% more damage. So we definitely want to take that. Another thing, do not pass by, is this children's book. Remember the children's book, the Your Special? If you take that, you get to add 1 point to any of your attributes. And how lucky are we? Our luck is already starting to get better. Oh, a sequin dress. Let's take that. Also, these toy cars. As you can see, it has the little magnifying glass right next to it. That means that it has a component that we have hotkeyed. And if we scrap it, as you can see, the toy car has a screw. So we can go ahead and do some scrapping here, clear out this house. Which is really what we're going to want to do for every house. Now we have, there's this blast radius board game. As you can see, one of the things it has is nuclear material. So we'll want to hotkey that in a minute as well, now that we have some. I'm not going to spend the whole video. I will do a lot of scrapping offline, but just wanted to give you an idea. There are some more important things for us to explore here in town. But this is what I would suggest you do is with your character is spend some time, thoroughly explore every single house, and thoroughly loot so you can get as many components as possible. Lobes are good. As you can see, they have screws and cork. I'm going to point out that here, these Vault-Tec calendars, you can see they do have an active working number. Aluminum, that's going to come in handy. This pepper mill, as you can see, it's got a screw. For those of you playing on console, this goes a lot faster. Again, I encourage you to loot everything that is not nailed down, which includes vehicles, so we've pretty much got our house done. See what's going on next door here. This house is empty and available to loot. So we'll come back and loot this house off camera. This house here, I have a rad roach on the wall. All right, Deadeye, getting much better. Now, second rad roach. And inside this fridge, what do we find? A Nuka cherry. And now it's time to unlock something. So, the way this works is you can move this left and right. I always use this X as also as a guide, but we'll start off just at the and then you turn the screwdriver. So if I move a little farther this way, you see it did not turn quite so much, so we know it's this way. And there, we were able to unlock it. And we were rewarded with another bobby pin, which is great. And some clothing and some drugs. Oops, stop that. And we get some XP every time we unlock something. So I think that's it for this house. Again, we'll come back and scrap off camera, although I will point out, do not forget to come and scrap this weed whacker. Because you get 2 screws out of that. Anyways, back to our exploration. I don't know if you can see, the sun is starting to set. So in this house here, we've got some interesting things. We've got a kitchen scale. We've got a pistol in the shower. And as we go into this bedroom, we see a safe. But there's also a makeshift bomb and a tension trigger. So we can disarm those. And then get some more lock picking skills here. Well, so let's try all the way over here, and let's try all the way over here. Okay, so we know it's kind of in this direction. There we go.
Got it.
Wow, Lucy's getting much better at this lock picking. Now we have this terminal, and it's locked. It's a novice lock, so let's learn how that works. So you pick a password. So the words that we can pick are more, gate, miss, care, rule, roll, wave, cable. So one thing I like to look at is, do I find some what I call twofers? Like if you'll notice, rule and roll both start with R and end with E. As a matter of fact, a lot of these words end with E. But let's pick this one.
Sweet.
And I was lucky right off the bat. Or as they say, we're in business. And what we're going to learn by reading about all the people in the neighborhood is this guy is the local drug dealer. Oh my, I just never knew. Miss Rosa is looking for Buff out? My neighbor Jahani wants Psycho? What about Mr. Russell? He says he knows he has a floor safe in there. I've seen it in the master bedroom under the dresser. Can't be that tough to crack. Then we can see he also has clients in Concord. Also in Boston. And a cop, longtime Buff Out customer. We'll learn more about him when we get to Boston. Old McDermott. And then under miscellaneous, so we learn all about his customers. We can come back and loot here, but one important thing that we want to not to pass up, there's a dirty black shirt, is back behind his house. Being the drug dealer that he is, have a chemistry station. So real quick, I'm going to just do, let's go ahead and scrap that. We'll need that fertilizer for planting crops. And I'm going to scrap this stuff just to make it a little bit easier, because we want to move that chem station to be back with the rest of ours. I'm going to go ahead and scrap this car. It's an eyesore. No cars, don't have to worry about speed limits. But let's go and get that chem station. So we're gonna, and it's a little tricky sometimes. Here we go. I'm going to kind of set it up over here. Matter of fact, this house, this is another example where we can scrap the entire house. This is another total scrap job, but before we do, we have this house at the end of the street that has a cook station. We're going to want that up. That guy snuck up on me. Don't know how I let that happen. He's somewhere in this underbrush. I guess I got a little too close to that house. But there's also another roach there in that one, but before we do, let's replenish. Oh, some 38 ammo there. I was hoping that was going to be 10 mil. So this is Russell's house, Mr. Russell, who joined us there in the vault, and as we recall, said he had a safe. Oh. All right, one shot, one kill. Perhaps you'll do a little better. And there is said vault. Let's take this pre-war money. Fishing rod, as you can see, it's got some good components, but this safe is advanced lock, so we do not have the skills.
Won't be able to pick this.
Darn. We'll have to invest in some lock-picking skills as good as we're getting at this. Now I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of scrapping here. Yeah, we get gears and springs from that fishing rod. I am going to give you, there's a little cheat. If you scrap a safe, the contents will be moved into your workbench automatically. But I'm going to save it for the XP. We'll just have to remember that there is a higher level safe there. And again, I will come back and do all this scrapping off camera, but we do want to make sure we get our cook station and move it back to our base of operations here at the Rosa House. And if we check our Pip-Boy, see we're a little bit low on it. If we go to data, it will tell us it is now 8:16 p.m. on our first day. Ooh, don't do that. So we have just a little bit of time left this first day. There's one more area of interest for us to explore. We have this blue house right here. If you go around back, you have this tree. And you get up on the roof, and there is a duffel bag where we get some more ammo, some Molotov cocktails, and another pistol. You can jump down. And also behind the house here is this root cellar. And there are all kind of goodies in here. So we're just going to start picking up stuff. You cannot use the workbench in here. But one of the important things I do want to point out over here, we have a safe, which is an advanced lock, so we can't open it yet, but there are 3 gold bars. There's another one hidden underneath there. So I'm going to crouch so that I can get that. And why are they so important, you may ask? Oh, and here's some beers. We definitely want to take those. We'll leave the bottles. We have enough glass. But again, if you're playing on survival mode, here is another great source of empty bottles. So we'll have to remember to come back for this safe when we've got a little more skill. And the safe that is at the house at the end of the street. So just to kind of give you an idea, if I go to our inventory and our junk, these gold bars, as you can see, these gold bars are worth $450 each and only weigh half a pound. So we're definitely going to want to store them rather than scrap them, because that is an easy way to carry a lot of money, and we are going to make a high dollar purchase a little later in this game. We can go back to our component view, and we should have some nuclear material now. Well, it must have stored it. But at some point we want to hotkey that as well. Let's go back to the surface. And let's go ahead and go back to our base of operations. Back at the Rosa house. Oh, got turned around. There's the big tree. See, lit by the lamp and our cook station. And this is where we're going to want to stop and spend the night. So what we'll do is let's build a bed. I like to build it right in here with the candle, next to this candle. So we don't want structures, we want furniture, and we want beds. And I think I would like a nice bed. How about this nice clean bed here? Or we have this one. How about this nice clean bed? As you can see, we already have, from our scrapping, 320 steel. This is only going to require 4. We have 62 cloth. It only requires 5. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of spin this bed around. And, well, I'm just going to put it over here in this corner. Now, I'm going to go ahead off camera, but at some point I'm going to come back and sleep in this bed. It's been a very busy day for Lucy, this first day out of the vault, learning all kind of things, learning how to hack terminals, learning how to pick locks, getting a lot of practice in with our 10mm pistol, and learning to scrap objects for components. As a matter of fact, you know, we're carrying a bunch of stuff. One thing we can do is we can go to the workshop and our transfer and let us, at the bottom you see, store all our junk. Also in our inventory, let's see, we have 5 pistols. We really only need 1. Now we have this awesome t-shirt that gives us +2 charisma. Weighs 2 pounds. We have this Blamco mac and cheese. 16 bobby pins, which is fantastic. We're off to a great start. This gives us +2 luck. We have our magazine. We'll keep that on hand. We have 3 beers. As you can see, the beers will give us more strength, more charisma, but less intelligence. So if you need a charisma or strength boost, beers are good for that. Here's our high honey holotape. It's a hub flour, some Instamash. I'll go ahead and, by the way, we can sort these. Okay, I should have done it this way. Weapons. We now have a pipe pistol. Not going to carry that around. I'm not going to carry the 2 security batons. We'll find a better weapon soon. We did get this sequin dress. Now that'll be nice. That'll give us an extra 2 charisma. We've got 2 of these vault suits, 2 of these vault suits. Again, here's all the aid. Let's go ahead and store this food. All right, and then over here in the workshop, let's see what I was hoping we would find, and I may find one as I go and scrap the rest of the town, is find something, some kind of, okay, yeah, this only gives us a +1 intelligence. I was hoping that we would find a lab coat to give us a +2, and you'll see why in our next episode. Tab out of here, and Again, I'm going to go ahead and scrap off camera and then come back and get a good night's sleep in our fresh bed. You're going to want to build a nice bed like this and rest for 8 hours, because when you wake up, you will wake up refreshed with a well-rested bonus, which gives you an XP bonus for a limited amount of time. So thanks for following along. Again, I'll do all the scrapping off camera. We've explored all the interesting places that there are to explore here in the town. Oh, I think I may have missed one. Back in this house, there is a safe. Forgot that. There is a safe that's underneath this baby crib.
Sweet.
And we get some XP for that. Thank you very much. Along with some more ammo and weapons. Didn't quite get us up to level 2. If you have done a little better than I did here in clearing out some of the bugs with Cogsworth, he did a lot of that for me. You may be at level 2 now. I will start off level 2 at the beginning of the next episode. Again, thanks for following along with our Lucy walkthrough. Lucy, again, has had a very long day, so we'll give her some rest, and we'll wake up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in the next episode. Again, thanks for following along. If you'd like to join the channel, you can do that. That's an opportunity to support the channel in a more meaningful way. But at the least, please give a thumbs up, like, a comment. Please leave a comment. I do try to respond to all comments within about a day or so. And that like button and subscribe. Thanks for following along, and we'll see you again in the next episode.